Welcome to the ACEVEDO video store. Today we're going to review the Blu-ray for The Devil from 1981, released by Massacre Video. Oh, I want to bring up, this is one of my recent releases on the Blu-ray review series on my channel. Oh, recent as in 2 months recent. Came out in February. So yeah, but in case. Also want to bring up something. If you bought this from if you bought the release from the website, it comes with a exclusive collector's edition slipcover of it. So yeah. But if you're like me who bought it from Amazon when the Blu-ray was released and stopped paying for pre-order, and now you could buy it now and all that, it didn't came with a slipcover. If you want to know my opinion about it, I think the movie is pretty good and was unintentionally funny. Mainly some of the gore effects and some of the scares of the film. But in case, so most likely I'm going to buy the Blu-ray again in order to get a slipcover. Actually, I want to bring up something as well. So, for some reason, after the Blu-ray itself was released, there were several scalpers on eBay, putting up a price or he's saying out of print or OOP. That's the shorter term for out of print. Even though on the website, on the official Massacre Video website, it is still in print and in stock. So yeah, don't buy the devil on eBay or else you're going to get it ripped off because you could buy it cheaper on the official Massacre Video website. Hi, but then again, there were some Blu-rays, for example, where they just sold it like this. It's mainly the scalpers were selling it an upper price with a slipcover, but if you saw on eBay that they were selling this, they were mainly selling the same price that you're going to get it from Amazon, but a little bit lower or a little bit higher, but not that much, still around the same price. But in case, now let me just remove this. We're going to do a different hat to pull out at the end, but in case, let's talk about the transfer. The transfer is a new 4K uncut restored version of the film from the original camera negatives. Now the transfer is, well, okay. Due to the fact that the only known film elements, which are the camera negatives themselves, were poorly stored, mold start getting into the negatives. So that being said, the entire film, the entire 4K scan of the film is covered with mold and blotch. Well, there are some places that are blotch and mold. Actually, what is blotch? But in case, it does really feel like if they actually officially release a unrestored version than a officially restored restored version. But there were a few shots that at least looks good, doesn't have that much of the film, does have film grain and all, but doesn't have the mold everywhere. But in case, also it's uncompressed audio. So far the audio quality is pretty good. The audio quality is pretty good. But the opening scene of the film, the first 2 minutes, I believe, the audio quality kind of gets like that. I was confused. Is that like a scratch or like a sound issue with the actual film negative? But I was like, oh wait, it's just some person walking. So yeah. But in case, Spider. But here's the thing, and I question why they couldn't just crop out a few things, crop out the mold and the film grain, and in shots of the film that the camera is perfectly still, so that way you could use let's say another frame from the same shot, you crop it out with that a clean frame, and that doesn't have the mold in that specific area of the shot itself, of using some easy editing tricks and all that. Well, not really easy, but just some editing tricks here and there. But then again, I do understand the production cost of the film, and also, well, not the film itself, the production cost of a 4K transfer, and also the production cost of restoring the film itself. I know that a 4K scan isn't cheap at all. And also, I already know that there has to be a deadline when you're going to release a film, a restored film on Blu-ray. So I do understand that. But if you think about it, this is most likely the best release of the film we're going to ever get. It like the best, as in like the best release of the film that doesn't come from a video, like a videotape source of it, like a actual film source. But then again, it does really feel like they released an unrestored version of the film. But in case, now let's talk about bonus features. This includes a alternative video cut transformed from the original first generation master. Or this is basically, oh wait, I should bring up like, here's the back of it. Here's the cover, the spine. Here's the actual Blu-ray itself. I do like how it's like double-sided and all that. Hey, like you can actually get some images in the back of the cover. So yeah, I do like the design aesthetic of it. Sorry to go off topic. I just want to bring that up so I won't forget in the video, but in case. So the alternative video cut does come. So it's the English release of the film. I forgot what company did release the film, but it is the English release of the film. Like actually dubbing the film itself, which is quite interesting because they do change a few like lines here and there. In my case, it also does have closed captions, subtitles. So yeah, but they could be off, like 1 second off. Like a subtitle appears, then 1 second later the character speaks the dialogue that the subtitle is for. But mainly the subtitles itself stay in sync with the dialogue. Ironically enough, the video cut of the film is like better, like a better quality than the actual 4K remastered of the film. But then again, the Blu-ray does come with a disclaimer warning you about the transfer of the film. I am not joking. It does come with a disclaimer. Usually, when you get like, let's say, the disclaimer about the film itself, like let's say a rating of the film or like talking about the history, the like this company helped us restore this film and all that. Usually, it comes when you press play. It doesn't come before, like when you get to the main menu, which is quite interesting but quite odd. But then again, and so yeah. But the disclaimer does mention that the reason they did put the alternative video cut is as like another like source for you to watch if you dislike the 4K transfer. Right, don't really dislike it, but it is kind of funny of it. Because when the first few seconds came up when I pushed play, I immediately started laughing because of the transfer. But in case, hey, so yeah, and other bonus features are includes an alternative video title sequence, which I believe which comes from a VHS tape that does actually have titles in it because the film itself comes in textless because they were unable to find the titles for the film from a film source like an actual 35mm print or any kind of film print that actually has the original film's titles, but they were unable to define it, so the film is completely left textless. It's like when I was watching the film for the first time, or there was this one scene that comes up. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's this one scene. It like freeze frames on it, and I was like, "Oh, so that's where the title's supposed to be." So if you actually want to know what are these titles, there is a bonus feature that includes them. I also question why they couldn't just like do like an overlay, like just grab the video titles, overlay on the 4K the restored film itself. Oh, so that way the film wouldn't be left textless. Yes, but then again, and there is of course a noticeable quality with a videotape than a Blu-ray itself. Oh, but I'll like be fine with it. But then again, they have to like think of the large demographic of it. Like, okay, there's these people. that will be mad, and there are these people that will be totally fine. But in case, this also includes trailers for the film. Yes, trailers. There's a 35mm theatrical trailer, a Mandarin video trailer, and a English video trailer of the, of course, English release. The 35mm trailer looks like it's so unrestored, or like they did like the somewhat restored version, like they somewhat cleaned it up. Then the rest is just filled with film grain and all that. Filled with like marks, scratches, and all. So yeah. But in case, the Mandarin video trailer is just as the theatrical trailer, but 2 minutes shorter. The English video trailer is just like it's just the translation of the theatrical trailer. This also comes with a still gallery, which contains several lobby cards and also the VHS covers for the English and Japanese release of the film, which is a bit strange because even though this film was made in Taiwan. But in case. But what's interesting about it is that if you go on, like, let's say Google Images, you type in The Devil from 1981, the only images you will get is like a few screenshots of the film. Well, not really, but just a few. And also, you'll get you also get like the video covers, the VHS covers themselves, but never lobby cards, which is quite interesting. And most likely, I am going to predict that somebody's going to take the lobby cards, the images from the still gallery, and just like post them online and all that. What's also interesting about the lobby cards is that it contains photos of scenes that don't even appear in the film. Like, I remember the film like very close to it, but when I saw the lobby cards, I was like, wait, I never noticed that. I never noticed that scene. There were only a few of them. Of course, most of them are just like images from like an actual scene that appears in the film, or just a promotional picture and all that. But there are those like 2 or 3 pictures that seem like it doesn't, like it's not in the movie and all that. So yeah, that is an interesting thing to think about. But then again, there could just be promotional pictures. But in case, are there any other bonus features? No. But I also do want to mention something on the alternative video cut of the film, where's the VHS, the English release of the film itself. So it actually runs a little bit longer. So basically, let me just get my notes here when I was like writing down in order for this review. The original cut runs towards the 4K remastered cut that you're going to get on the Blu-ray when you immediately press play on it. Is 1 hour and 26 minutes and 5 seconds. The video cut is 1 hour and 26 minutes and 22 seconds. Now the only new footage you're actually going to get is the First Films logo, which is I believe the company that made this movie, and just some blank space at the end of the tape. Hey, but also most likely the alternative video cut is actually could be shorter, or like if you actually did the math, like remove these seconds that basically remove the time that is the blank space of the end of the tape. Hey, because in the title itself it actually runs a bit shorter, because first they show the English title of the film, like it goes up the screen, but then it cuts to the like, I'm not sure it's the Mandarin or the original titles of the film, like in its original Mandarin or Japanese text. I'm not sure. Or so that makes me believe that the title itself in the English version is shorter than the original cut. So that is quite interesting there. But in case, hey, So yeah, would I suggest to get this release? Yes. Yes, because currently right now, by the videos uploaded, it is the only home video release of the film that isn't out of print, because most of the out of print and versions, or the other releases of the film, like the VHS tapes, the DVDs, which are only two of them, like two releases on DVD, are out of print. And and also most likely they do come from video source, like videotape masters or video tape sources. So yeah, that is quite interesting that this will be like the best version of the film and the only version currently that is in print. Let's hope someday that if that before that they do, like next time when they maybe re-release the film, that they could do a better restoration, like crop out some few things here and there. Like it is hard, but not really. But then again, the production costs I do understand, and so yeah. Also, I want to bring up something. I actually checked back in Amazon today recently, but at recording, but somehow the DVD, the Blu-rays, it's not listed. But if you actually went to see the listing of it, you look at the images. The images looks great. Like it looks clean, nice, and all that. But the film itself, like if you watch it in motion, it's like it's moldy, grainy, it has blotch. But they did, but it said in disclaimer that they did remove some of the, like mainly like dirt, dust, and grain of it, uh, like with the extensive cleaning. And so yeah, but the film does feel unrestored and all that. But if you want an explanation why those specific pictures of the of any pictures of the film, including the back of here, like why it looks amazing, even though the film itself and the remastered version of the film itself looks like unrestored. Well, it's because if you actually go frame by frame, there will be frames that look clean, the next frame will be moldy, so on, and you kind of get it. But in case, of course, but I do suggest to get this release because I believe I believe there's has to be more talking of this film. Like more people should talk about it because it is a good film. Like it's unintentionally funny and all that. So I believe that more people should talk about like very obscure films, including this one. But in case, well, now let's choose for the next Blu-ray review. This time from the top hat itself. Yes, I do own a top hat. This was a hat that I used for Halloween when I dressed up as Lon Chaney from London After Midnight. Thank you. Got one. What could it be? What could it be? Oh, the My Hero Academia Plus Ultra Collection. Well, that'll be a review someday, and this time it won't take that long, like 2 months. But in case. So yeah, actually, if you actually comment down below if I should bring the top hat back for the next Blu-ray review. But in case, well, that's all the review. Have a nice day, and later on come back to our video store